We've got, I think it's Somar. Could be wrong. I could be wrong. Somar, let's see. Overall quality and my likelihood of getting a job. What do I need to improve my, what do I need to improve to increase my chances of landing a job? Right. All right, let's switch to that. Okay, so we've got 2D game art. Oh, right. What is, what does he want to be? 3D artist to start, but eventually environment level artist. So you want to start by making props and stuff like that, and then switch over to like more so like laying out spaces and building that detail out through propping and lighting and composition. So if you're saying environment art, right off the bat, I think removing your 2D game art. If you're really a fan of your 2D stuff, create like a WordPress or a Tumblr and just get that going there. And you can always link to that in your about information, unless you're paying. If you're paying for Pro, then you can just get it like as a link in your website. It'll be up there. You can put whatever you want up there. So I would remove the 2D game art stuff. This one's pretty cool. I wouldn't try and build it to look like a, well, let's see what's going on here. Xbox, PlayStation. So it did sell. It is a game. 4 months ago too. Cool. So I wouldn't, you don't need to put these logos on here. And I would concentrate this scene on like, or your thumbnail on the environments themselves. Like this one would be super cool. This one here, because you could go like, hang on, let's pretend. Oops. Like you'll get so many more clicks to this piece alone by doing something like this. Like you're like, what the hell is that? I have to see that now. Right? Right? You see? You see what I'm saying? Let's see here. Ubisoft Toronto next showcase, modeler appearance competition. So I put the video at the end. Oh, I remember this competition. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Oh, this is cool too. Nice breakup of pieces. So I think you're sharpening your image too much, so it's really hard to see what's going on. And I think that like, let's do this. So like the area up top there, you could probably blow it out a bit. I don't know. Just gonna grab some colors here. You don't want all that information. But like, so you have that, right? Evening, Steven. How you doing? I think that controlling the brightness of the neon signs is important. Like, they're really strong. And somehow this area right here is really bright as well. I mean, there's just a lot going on, and I think toning everything down so that you can put the neon lights where you want. Can like really control your composition. Right now everything's fighting and there's a ton of like information and detail like hitting your eyes, right? Yeah, Steven, chat's really fast nowadays. I don't know. I clicked some buttons requesting some beta access to Twitch fast chat. I don't know. I don't know, man. But yeah, there's a lot of information happening here, and I think toning down some of them, like these guys probably don't need to be here. Like these guys probably don't need to be here. I'm just gonna start doing. I'm sorry, I'm like ruining your. It's like sorry, not sorry. I'm trying to help. And I'm like. Ugh. Just doodle over everything. You can have conversations. It's pretty. It's true, man. It's true, man. Show. Let's see this too. So like this arch, instead of using light to make that arch pop out, maybe using like the color of the wall or paint to do it. Whereas like the main pathway is this street, right? So like. These ones up here are okay. These ones maybe could be toned back too. Let's do that. So you can see already it's getting much easier to look at so that you can make sense of spaces. Let me see. What is going on? Yeah, toning this back is going to be important, I think. And like this sign doesn't tell you to go anywhere. You know what I mean? So like I think you could probably... What we got here? Mode, current layer, all layers. You can probably get away with that sign not being there. Because like a sign needs to be there for a reason, right? And then because of that, you can probably tone that down. Same with those signs. Like, those almost don't need to be there. Does that say Neo Meat? What? Interesting. I probably would remove the emissives on this. And rely on, like... Rely on it actually being something else. Because, like, now you're starting to make sense of the space and the pacing of how information is being projected to the user that's going down the street becomes much more relevant. It says Neo Meat up there. So that must be this place in here. Yeah. I mean, just doing that where this area is much calmer and all the details are back there, and like these details here are okay. I think that's good. I think that's good to go. It's okay to not have neon everywhere, right? I mean, you could even have the signs there, but off. It's kind of interesting. This one's very repetitive in its shapes. And I actually would suggest maybe removing this one just because like it's not really adding anything to your portfolio other than asking the question why you're why you're not designing other shapes. Camera's on now, man. The camera is on now. Look at that. Gross. Yeah. So I think a lot of these, like this is really interesting to me. And then all of a sudden, like detail-wise, because you're going with this very checkered pattern, it gets really intense. I think if these beams across the ceiling didn't have these cuts in them, it'd be much easier to look at and to make sense of the space. But everything is very boxy. That and your, I think the materials in this are very, they're very binary. They need a lot more information in them. I do appreciate that you're using logos and signage to tell you where you're at and stuff, though. That's really good. But yeah, definitely. So look at the sign scalage for the scalage. That's a word, right? Yeah, scalage. Getting that exit sign smaller is going to be important. And just so it's more within scale, and then really pushing your materials and kind of getting away from this. Like, there's no reason for the checkered pattern to be there, right? Maybe this band is lighter than this. So those make a little bit more sense, but I would really steer clear of this checkered pattern stuff. It just adds a lot of noisy detail for no reason. This looks pretty cool. It's a little harsh on the, it's like this kind of cracking stuff that you got going on there is a little bit too hardcore with the slope blur chiseling up the surface. The depth is pretty interesting. I'd probably tone down the depth just to, well, it says medieval brick. A lot of the spacing of your stones is very lined up, which is kind of like structurally terrifying. So like getting these breaks to happen in between other bricks instead of being aligned is going to be important. Let's see this one. So this one's really strong. I like this one. Really good details and material breakup, roughness breakup. Lots of information here. I would actually, oh, that's cool. I would put all of these into like maybe 2 or 3 images instead of everything separated. Oh, and yeah, and if you have this material here, I would just put it in this and not have it here. Because, like, I think we've now gotten to the point where someone making a brick material in substance just isn't impressive anymore. So, like, it almost doesn't warrant its own thing, right? Maybe in a blog post. Oh, God, guys. It's so sweaty. Action. Yeah. I don't think you need the handprint there. This table definitely should go the first spot on your portfolio. So that is, these are really high poly barrels. I would lower the resolution of those. I guess maybe they're not baked. I'm not sure. This one I wouldn't even post, actually. Not because it's bad or anything, right? It's just not, it doesn't add anything to your portfolio. Putting this one first, removing these two, either fixing the checkered information here or updating or removing it. Like I really think like if you can't revisit those materials, that this shouldn't be in your portfolio. Removing the logos here and really framing up a new shot for this would be good. I think this could actually use a new shot. Like, even with the area not edited. Let's see here. Let's do this here. Hear the beeping? You hear the beeping? Karma's treadmilling. Oh, what am I doing? Let's do this. There we go. Unlock that. Okay. Dude, look at that. You're like, oh, what is that? I gotta see that. Not baked, huh? Okay, cool. See, even this table one, like, I feel like this table is really cool. And there's so much detail stuff going on it. It really needs some framing or context. Let's do, there we go. I'm searching. This might not be a good image for this. It's like, that's pretty interesting. But yeah. Yeah, if you really want to show these materials, I would definitely make a single post for all of your substance stuff, because I don't think that's your focus, especially with you saying that, like, you want to do scenes eventually, or like be an environment artist versus a props artist. I would even just remove them. I don't think they need to be here for what you're pushing. And then your 2D stuff, remove that as well. Just focus on scenes. Building props for scenes gives you automatic direction towards becoming an environment artist eventually. And if you can show that you're building the props really well, then you'll automatically get into the role of being an artist before being a level artist. But yeah, I think you're getting there. You need a really strong, like, you need a scene that has this quality in like a really good composition that tells like a story. Like this is starting to touch on it. With the adjustments that I had done, like it really like tones back a lot of the information and gives you areas for your eyes to rest. Like it's like right there. Stealthy and is it Zlam? Thanks for follows, guys. But yeah, you're getting there. 1 or 2 scenes that are like of this caliber. Telling a story through propping and interesting lighting, you'll get what you want, man. All right, I'll be right back. We're gonna look at Discord stuff, which actually I don't think there's very many, which is good. It allows us to take our time and look at stuff. We've got about 30 minutes until the stream ends as well, so 37 minutes. All right, be right back.